What the fuck do you think this is? Amateur hour?
Welcome to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast, hosted by Shanked DG and Spiicii Boy. Today's guest, winner of the Four Claw Zone, Carrie Finnegan.
Welcome to Hanging Loose Podcast. I'm Shanked DG with me as always is Spiicii Boy DG. How you doing?
Why are you talking at 1,000 miles an hour? Are you okay?
I got scared.
Who hurt you? That was so fast. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Today's a little iffy day, but we're here for it.
We're here. We're hanging.
How was your week? We're hanging loose.
Hanging.
That's like the thing. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Week was good. I guess not much more to give since the last time you heard from us was technically 2 days ago, but this will come out in the future. So hello from the future or from the past.
He's telling you our recording secrets. Unbelievable.
Oh, never mind. We're recording this on
Boxing Day,
the 26th. Yeah, Boxing Day. Yeah, all good. Today at work, I handled so many hams. It was a lot of hams.
80 count of 20-pound hams, if memory serves.
Yep, 80 count of 20-pound hams. I've never had hams delivered to me on a pallet. Like, it's too many hams. So I got to play Christmas, or I got to play Santa Claus at work today, and walk around and give everyone the card from the company. Everyone got a ham, and then everyone also got like a backpack. And got to walk around to every department of the dealership and hand out hams. And about halfway through, I kind of lost my mind a little bit. And I was like, here's a ham, Merry Christmas. Here's a ham, Merry Christmas. Like,
Jesus.
Oh, it was too much. And I also have a ham, and it's in my fridge. And it almost took my shelf down because it's so heavy.
So heavy.
But, yeah, that was my day at work. Wish I could be frothing more. It's supposed to be nice this weekend, and I'll be in Oklahoma. So I'll be throwing my arm off so I can recover over the winter.
Throwing his arm off. All right, well, that sounds exciting. I didn't do much of shit today. I did the day job and got off and went and played. I should have been like 6 or 7 under more than I was, but I just wasn't making putts today. Just wasn't in the right mindset to be playing my best golf. But my buddy JB, I know he listens, so hello, JB.
Shout out JB.
2 rounds in a row, I believe, or 2 rounds within a week at Los Olivos, 14 under par.
Whew.
Like, the man is on fire. He was making putts from like 60 feet today, under low ceiling, next to a tree, bullet straight in. Wasn't missing. He was killing it. So he's definitely the best player in our group. I think, I'm sorry if that offends anyone else either, but I think it's a pretty well-known fact at this point.
Is this story time?
It's just story time. JB's the story
shit.
today on my side.
Heck yeah. I was just fluffing, I'm a professional fluffer.
He is. I can't confirm. You should see how brownie I am before we get recorded.
I do have a fun one today. It's an old story, but it kind of gives a little background into who I am. So when I was a burgeoning teenager, like 15, 16, I was an Alex Jones listener.
Oh, God.
And I know. I was a big conspiracy nut. But
I don't know how anyone could ever take him seriously when he yells. It makes me laugh so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it's so goddamn funny.
It got the water's making the frogs gay.
It's making the frogs gay.
But this was pre tragedy stuff that cost him billions of dollars. So it was back when he was still just kind of funny and not a dickhead. But I got to the point where I was calling into his show, and I called into his show several times, never got through because it's silly amount of people that call in there. But I did get in through one day, but it was towards the end of like my stint of listening to him, and people thought there's a conspiracy around Alex Jones, right? That he was Bill Hicks, but like after he died, like Bill Hicks faked his death and became Alex Jones. Bill Hicks is a old comedian, from back in the day, and I called in and I asked him like, "Are you Bill Hicks?" And he was not expecting it, and he went on a rant, and he's like, "You're a jackass," you know. So since then, one of the highlights of my life is being called a jackass by Alex Jones.
I would absolutely love that.
And if anyone watching this cares to go back and listen to or find that, it was probably like 2015, 2016. No, earlier than that, 2013, 2014. I've looked and looked and looked, and I cannot find it. But I need that clip in my life again. I don't even know where you'd find it at this point because he's banned on all platforms. But I guess not Twitter anymore, right? He came back.
The Andrew Tate method.
But yeah. Shanked DG, called Jackass by Alex Jones.
We'll find it. The closest story time that I have to that would be in 2017, I believe it was. I'd have to check the date on my Instagram. But I was the Thanksgiving quote of the day for Dr. Disrespect.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I donated $5 because that's the only way to get him to read stuff, and also I enjoy the guy's content. You should absolutely support people that you enjoy the content of.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I got a spike lens.
The quote was, mashed potatoes 6 pounds consumed minimum, stuffing their heads down their necks, which phone, grab it and snap it. And then he's like, quote of the day, and I was like, oh hell yeah, he got like sued. I've never seen someone so minimally canceled in my life, and that's not to discredit him making millions of dollars on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. I know he was making more on Twitch, but like,
yeah, if memory serves me, it was probably the lamest attempt to cancel someone.
That's what I mean. Like, they didn't. Like, he just got more famous.
Yeah. It's weird how that happened, because it had something to do with TwitchCon, right? He was in the bathroom with someone. Is that right?
Well, he got banned for that for 3 months, I think, if memory serves. I don't remember what the length of time was. 30 days, 3 months, something like that. And then out of nowhere, June of 2019, I think it was 2018, they just perma-banned him. And he said that he knows why, but won't disclose it, and Twitch won't disclose it because I think they feel like it's not a good enough reason. And if people found out that was why they had banned him, that they would absolutely not support Twitch. I mean, Twitch loves to shoot themselves in the foot. So,
yeah. Artistic nudity.
Listen, leave me alone.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
I could do like
full shaft stream. Full shaft stream.
Oh my god, I'm gonna find this clip of you.
What?
So I'm gonna find this clip of you if it's like the last.
Oh, good luck, dude. He did live stream podcasts every day for like 4 hours.
Sounds like a couple of disc golf nerds I know.
Oh shit! Well, that's my story time. Spiicii Boy was a quote of the day for Dr. Disrespect. It was called "A Jackass" by Alex Jones.
That's great.
That's probably my height of my fame. Probably. I'd be curious to know how many people heard that, right? Because that was because the quote unquote podcast was really just like a radio show.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be interested to know. Anyways, what we got for disc picks this week?
I have a couple. So There are 3 mainstream disc golf shops in the Phoenix area. There's Spinners on the Green, which does the Memorial Championship, the Shelly Sharp Memorial, the Phoenix Ladies Open. And then on the west side, we have Dynamic Discs Phoenix, which is Ricky Wysocki's store that he opened here. And that's out by Conicito. They host plenty of events. None of them are coming to mind right now, and I apologize to them. They're very good guys, Jay and Brian and everybody that works there. And then in the middle of the city, not far from me, we have a small store called Chumba Disc.
Chumba?
Chumba, Chumba.
Chumbawamba.
And the guy that works there, his name's Quentin. And super good.
Tarantino?
Good. Yeah, it's,
Damn.
He's got a foothold on the disc golf. Sorry. He recommended this Insanity, so I picked it up, and I haven't thrown it yet, but I'm excited to. I did take the sticker off. But
what plastic is it?
Christ.
Looks
Neutron?
like Neutron? Yeah, that's a good one.
Insanity, Neutron, Axiom discs. And then the second thing I got on sale at Spinners was the Ash Evil Dead Halloween glow bugs.
Oh, heck yeah. I think we can get Bruce Campbell on this show.
Oh, my God. I mean, we already have one movie star confirmed to guess.
What? Oh, shit. No, but seriously, guys, super fucking stoked. I have been, so from the start of my account, right, the Shanked DG, whatever that is, I was like, I didn't swear, and I think that was because of some weird notion in my head that I wouldn't get hired by a disc golf company if I said swear words. I don't know why, but and then it just became a thing. It's like Nick A30 on that does the Fortnite streams. I'm family friendly, but it also doesn't make sense because I'm family friendly. Also, fuck the police. But yeah, I've kind of given up on that, on the no swearing thing. So I don't know what that's about.
Kids,
Fuck damn kids.
I say that all the time. Whenever we're in the park and there's a family of 4 walking in front of the basketball fence, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
And I say, what's that Michael Jordan quote? And then someone on my card inevitably.
Fuck damn kids. My disc pick for the day is I've got a Neutron Trace, I want to say it is. It's fully blacked out. Careful. Fully blacked out. And I had a Trace back, but it was proton plasma, or MVP plastics are the worst, I think, in terms of remembering what they're called. At least for me. But it was definitely a plasma something, but it was their premium plastic. And it's supposed to be a Wraith clone. It's 11.5 neg 1.2, I think. But it was the most overstable piece of garbage I ever thrown. That old one. And I gave it away to somebody because I was this is more overstable than a destroyer. I don't want this garbage. Get it out of here. Mm-hmm. And then I picked up a new Trace, and I want to say it's Neutron plastic. And it is a godsend disc. It is, I throw it flat, it'll turn a little bit, and then it'll fade a little bit. And I'm getting easy 360 out of it. It's not my 400 foot disc. That's still my Hades.
I don't have one of those. I have a 280 disc, and that's as high as I can count.
That's a Panic. I'm loving that Trace right now. It's definitely replaced my Wraith. I'm trying to go full MVP bag. I think the Hades is going to be my last holdout because I just can't find anything that flies like a Hades. I can release that thing on a stupid amount of hyzer, flip up, turn, come back, and get just crazy distance, or I can roll it. It's just it's one of my favorite discs I've ever owned.
Do you have a Fission Wave?
I have thrown waves. I feel like if I were to beat one in enough, it would fly like a
Fission
Hades.
Waves specifically are very understable.
Okay.
That's the closest MVP disc I've thrown to a Hades, but we're amateurs, so everyone please feel free to correct me in the comments.
Okay. Well, I've heard that too. That the wave is about as close as you're going to get to, because I think the Hades is what 12, 5, neg 3, 2, something like that. I don't remember. I do have a wave right now, but it's a glow wave, so it's stupid overstable. It's one of those OTB glow waves.
I also have one of those with the Fox stamp on it.
Yep. Shout out OTB and Spiicii Boy.
Shout out my sponsors, OTB, Shanked, Premier Flight, and it's so exciting because I have the box of OTB discs at home, or I am home, but like at the lady's house, and I get to go through them when I get over there tonight. So if there's anything real extra special, keep an eye on Twitter and we'll see. Keep an eye on Twitter yesterday when we were recording this, or 4 days ago, or whenever we're going to release it. I don't know the schedule right now. Next Wednesday, right?
Yeah, this will come out next Wednesday on YouTube.
27th. Okay.
Yep.
Scroll back a few days, throw my stupid ass post that I liked at night, and then find the pictures that I'm going to have posted tonight and enjoy them. There are going to be some giveaways from there. OTB's been really supportive. I appreciate it.
Dude, yeah. The amount of people that are propping us up as a what'd you call it last week? A fledgling podcast?
Fledgling. This is episode 5.
Yeah, episode 5. Also, broke the curse. Get wrecked, Papa Wolf.
Yeah, you owe us a discount code, bitch. No, he's also been wildly supportive. Offered that completely free of.
Yeah, I don't know what his problem is. He's probably a little crazy for doing it, but big appreciate. He's given away 3 discs now, a mug, a hat, and a discount code to his store, which, to be fair, also serves him, but is really cool for a little podcast like us guys.
Well, I mean, it might
also
serve us if we get enough people to use it.
That's fair. Shout out Chris BDG for this thing. I forgot I had it. It's sick. He made like mini discs. His girlfriend made mini discs, and that's the OG Shank logo before the bear.
Pretty bear. It's the one that's on my team Shank jersey.
Yep, that's.
Speaking of, do you not love this?
Oh, that's sick! I didn't even realize it was baskets and stuff.
Yeah, this is from discstore.com. I got it last year, and here's the best part.
Spiicii boy. Let's go. That's sick.
Got it personalized. So this is my winter disc golf shirt that I wear too many times.
Heck yeah. Well, we had a form. What do we call it? I got something form.
I got some form.
We had that lined up, but we got Mr. Carey, 43 East, in the lobby waiting to hop on, so he can join in. He's in the green room, as they say. No brown M&Ms. So
no brown M&Ms. Wow. That's a little Alex Jonesy.
Who is? What was that? What is that reference? That's
J-Lo wanted white, like no blue M&Ms or something. I don't remember the original.
Yeah. Oh, my reference is probably a stupid fucking Family Guy reference. Get this guy in here. What up, Carrie?
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Yeah, I think that's a common rider on like the rock stars backstage.
Oh
yeah. The no brown M&Ms or all brown M&Ms or all something.
Yeah, it's to get them to it's like a clause so that you don't have to pay them if something happens.
Yeah,
kind of deal.
Yeah, and then I think it's just a flex. Yeah, you have to have your special rider. Like, I'll do your show, but there needs to be an IPA sitting nearby, and no brown M&Ms, right?
Heck
no
yeah!
Brown M&Ms. That was the exact reference. I just looked it up. Good job. Good memory.
Heck yeah. So Carrie.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No worries. How does it feel to be the very first giveaway winner on Hanging Loose podcast?
That was friggin' awesome. Like that was
cool. I contacted Brian right after the show. I'm like, please do not DM him. I want to give it to him on the show. And nice. The episode came out before we could record this, so you saw it anyways. But that being said, thank you for watching this show. That's really cool that you found out that you were the winner just by watching. So I guess that's probably the best way to find out.
Way more fun.
Yeah.
Right?
How does it feel to meet your heroes?
I gotta say, it's pretty cool.
How'd you react?
Don't meet your heroes, right? Or don't meet your
Right.
idols. Yeah. So
Can we turn him
far,
up just a bit?
I could turn them up a little bit. Yeah, that works. How did you? Were you driving when you found out? Kind of freaked out? Crashed your car?
No. I was working through the podcast on. The benefit of working from home is you can listen to podcasts and watch disc golf and watch movies and everything else.
Absolutely.
I have stuff in the background. My latest, this just proves how dorky I am, but my latest background while working is The Amazing Race.
Oh, dude, I love that show.
I never watched it when it was, normally on, but I just discovered it. So it's just playing constantly in the background, and it's really just people telling me to hurry up because the entire time while I'm working, just a sense of urgency, just going.
Go! I'm trying. Just typing away.
Yeah. The spreadsheet.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah. So,
but when I'm working, it's either like the Game of Thrones soundtrack or usually the original Halo Combat Evolved soundtrack. Is that just video game music is designed to push you toward a goal audibly, and so having that on is it's just the best.
So bringing it back around to disc golf, here lately I've gotten to a thing before the round starts, if it's like a tournament round or a rated round, it's a big thing. I would turn on my movie music playlist on Spotify to get that. Okay, and actually, I think last week the Game of Thrones theme popped on there right before as I'm warming up putting.
Nice.
And, kind of fed through. Yeah.
Nice. That actually brings up a really good point. Like, we'll go round robin here. What do you guys have like a pre-tournament routine?
Me, I don't have a set one yet.
No, just the movie soundtrack.
But part of it is, so my son is really into the Beatles, which is great. The Beatles are fantastic to listen to, and we listen to that as we're driving to the course. But it's not like, so
yeah.
I'll let him listen to that. But then when we get to the course, as I'm walking to my hole, I'll just pop on real quick and at least get kind of a. But as far as like I should try to throw 15 putts. The other thing I've gotten into is I will go out the day before or maybe the 2 days before, depending on how long it's been since I've played, and putt 25 times from 20 feet. Just not 25 times, putt until I make it 25 times.
Oh, wow.
Just to get that routine down.
I'd be out there all day.
It takes 50 tries, but you know what I mean? Like just 25 times just to kind of get into the habit of putting, because otherwise absolutely. I get there Saturday morning and I forgot what putting is.
Yeah.
Well, that's me with every round. I've only ever played one sanctioned tournament.
What?
Really?
I don't really. I'm hosting on weekends sometimes, and I don't. I don't get a lot of tournament time. But the nice thing about that is, since I don't play, my rating never really drops. So I'm still 850 rated, even though I play about 720 worth of golf. But I always eat. Like I will go to, there's a Denny's right by Spinners, which is where almost all the tournaments are. So I'll just go and like have a full ass breakfast, make sure that
heck yeah.
I get an energy drink in, and then I putt until I miss 25 times, so I'm off pretty quick.
There you go.
And then I'm sure if I played more tournaments, I would absolutely have a rhythm, because I was a baseball player for a long time, and we're very superstitious, and like, I got to put my socks on left, then right. You got to, handful of 12 seeds exactly.
Yeah, I have set shirts I have to wear. And
oh, wow. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I usually slam a Monster or a Bang or something, like really load myself up with too much caffeine, smoke a little bit. I generally don't drink during tournament rounds. I'll have
like at all, or like alcohol? Because
alcohol. No, I'll have like my water.
You should drink your water, man.
But yeah, no, I drink my water. I'll smoke, and then I don't really practice putt before tournaments, because in my experience, like early tournaments, I would sit at the practice basket and just putt and putt and putt. And I'd get to a point where like I'm starting to make them all, right? But then you quit putting, go to your hole, and then you're cold again.
Yeah.
And then you get frustrated because you're not making any of your putts. So really, I get there, I slam my monster. I'm having next to a heart attack, and then get to my hole. And I don't have too much of I get there usually about an hour and a half early, which is way too early. Like I'm there before the TD a lot of times.
Right.
But I just like to sit and just soak up the morning, and because I play a lot of 2-round C tiers, like 2-round same day C tiers. So getting there early, chilling, getting to your hole, and then
So I'm picturing you like when they yell 2 minutes, and you just crack open that monster, throw it down,
Shotguns it.
Just rip your disc as soon as they say start, right?
Yep, that's about accurate.
I can see the starter just struggling to say your name before representation. Just because you're throwing so fast, like
As I'm just sprinting from the parking lot.
Also, I want someone to just clip him saying "get to my hole" and that's it, and put that on Twitter, please. Thank you.
Here, I'll give you a clean. All right, ready? Get to my hole.
How dare it's gonna come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah, that's
Please.
that's dirty.
Oh man,
They're trying to be courtesy violations so bad.
Right, let's get Tate on here immediately.
Right.
Commentate one of her OnlyFans live streams.
That's too good of an idea.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. So we were talking earlier, Carrie, about you. We were like, what are we gonna ask him? And we both were kind of like, we don't know what to talk about. So give us like the high level. Who's at 43 East WP?
So yeah, who is me, right? In the disc golf world, who am I? I first started playing like 2008, 2007, something like that, somewhere around there. And, a coworker, this is when I worked in a restaurant business, a coworker said, "Hey, you should play disc golf." I was like froth? He's like, yes, just like froth. And I went out and played. I was like, oh, that actually was a lot of fun. But he was a coworker, and when you work in a restaurant business, you're never really off with your coworkers again, because everybody's always working. So for the next 10 years or so, I went out and played by myself, which meant that I had like no coaching. I didn't even realize you could do anything to get better. Never bothered like researching it. And, to the point that if I threw and the disc went left, I was like, okay, so I just turn right and throw that way and let it fall back into the fairway. That was how I threw it straight. You know what I mean? Like, so, but I enjoyed it. I went out, got in the woods, got to walk around. 2020 came around, COVID came around, and that's when everybody decided to play disc golf. One of that was, at this point now I'm working from home because I wasn't in an office, and they said, go home. I said, okay, out of the restaurant business, which is nice because I could see my family and spend time with my kids. Right? So my boys at that time, I had 2 sons, and at that time they were 10 and 12, and they were taking school from home. And if you have 2 boys that age, you have to get them out of the house.
Yeah.
Or somebody's going to die, right? Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's going to be bad. It might be me. So during our lunch break, we would go to the course that's nearby. We have a little city course near us that's about a 10-minute drive, 9 holes, 2 tees and 2 baskets on each hole. None of the holes, at least if you're playing shorts like we were, none of the holes are longer than 250 feet. They're all kind of there's a nice creek through the middle that you can lose your disc in, but other than that, it's it's fun. And I started taking them out, and my younger one especially really started kind of getting good and started enjoying it. Started playing. I was like, wow, this kid's getting kind of good. So where'd you learn that? He goes, YouTube. And I was like, oh, there's disc golf on YouTube? He's like, yeah, Dad. There's a bunch of disc golf on YouTube. I was like, oh, okay. But he started getting good, and then like anything, you start playing the course, and we're there almost every day in the middle of the day. And then almost every other day after work, we're going back out and playing, and because he was really enjoying it. And then we start meeting the locals, the guys in the club, and they're super helpful. I gotta support them. The Blue Ridge Disc Golf Club.
Shouts out.
Shout out. It's the greatest club in the country, although I'm sure
Hey, watch
they're
it.
all good. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Well, it's been real, Carrie. Have a good night, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, what happened? He got dropped from the call. It's crazy.
And they're a great group of guys. And it was one of the things where I was like, oh, you guys play Friday nights? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, all right, let me check this out. So I went out first on a Friday night and played. I still remember my very first hole with the group. They had me start on 7, which is like this. It's only a 150-foot shot, right? And there's a big hill on your left, and there's a drop off to a creek on the right. And I'm thinking, all right, I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm just going to throw a putter. Yeah, it's 150 feet.
Yeah.
In theory, you can just like jump putt, right? And I've heard it.
Right.
So I'm just going to throw a putter. And I just yanked that thing straight right, like 300 feet across the creek all the way over. And I was like,
what the
so you guys are
Richard?
you guys are going to like kick me out, right? And they're like, no, man, it's cool.
Yep.
And they're like, so this is what happens when you do this. You're out of bounds. They kind of taught me some of the rules and that sort of stuff. And everybody was really cool and really great. I did that for like 2 weeks. And I was like, hey, I got this kid that really enjoys playing. They're like, oh, I'll bring him out. And I was like, all right. Then he came out, and they all loved him. They're like giving him discs and all this stuff. Like, oh man, you're great. You should throw this blizzard, blah blah. And like he whips it 250 feet straight down the fairway at 10. And we're like, all right. So he got into it, and then as brothers do, once one starts getting good at something, then especially the older one's like, all right, well, I want to get good too. So he starts practicing, and they start playing. So now the two of them are way better than me.
Heck yeah. I mean,
and it's just a lot of fun. So now I kind of started out back then. The identity was I was that guy with the 2 kids.
Right.
And I've branched out. Now I kind of have my own identity with it, but at the same time, encouraging them, the kids always come first.
Oh, absolutely. That's awesome. I mean,
it's a lot of fun, especially when you were first talking about the podcast. I was like, oh, amateur disc golf. That's great, because that's all my kids do, right? Because disc golf is amateur disc golf. And I don't know what your scene looks like, where we're all from and that sort of stuff, but Virginia has a tremendous junior scene.
Yeah. There's a kid in my area, name's escaping me at the moment, but I've met him at 4 different tournaments, and we're always on the same card. I think it's because I'm MA3 and he's junior 18 or whatever it is, June 17. But he whoops my ass back and forth every time we play. Yeah. And it's like, these kids that are coming up today playing this game are insane. Like, go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, that's what's wild is watching these kids play. Because, at first you're kind of in this club, and they're the only kids anybody's ever seen play, in their world.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're amazing, blah, blah. Then we start playing these junior events within the state, and then they're like, oh, that kid's really good. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they start playing with them. And then we went to the Junior Worlds the past 2 years out in PA.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it's something like, wow, that pond is so freaking big, because those kids are sick. I mean, I think my older son, he's 16 now, so he was in MJ18. And just to make the cut into the last day, to be the top 40%, you had to shoot 950 rated golf all week. Which,
wow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was tremendous.
Dang. Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's wild to watch these kids play. But then you get to watch these really good kids play too, which is kind of nice. And it's really rare that you meet a jerky kid.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. Like, almost every kid you meet at these junior events are great kids. I mean,
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a great experience. We were this year when we were at Junior Worlds. The first day we got there, we went to Eureka, and we're playing there. And of course, we flew into Eureka and don't know where to go. So we saw these kids with backpacks and disc golf courses or bags. We're like, hey, that's where we go. So we parked next to them, and we got out of the car, and they looked at us and say, hey, do you guys know where to go? We're like, thought you did. So we're like, all right, well, let's walk around. And this is just like a practice. This is like Saturday evening. You know what I mean? So we start walking around. We find the first tee. This is the Eureka permanent course they play. And it was this group of kids from Norway. And they said, well, do you guys want to play with us? I was like, well, yeah. Why not? Right? And we played with this group of kids in Norway. One of them actually made it to the Final Four in MJ18. But they were all just great guys. And it was that group that you run into all week long. Like, hey, look, it's Norwegians. And they're like, hey, look, it's the Finnegan. You know, and we just
running around in the clogs.
Exactly. Yeah, and it was kind of cool. And at one point, as we're playing, I heard my older son talking to one of the kids. He goes, you know, you're the first person I've met that lives in a different country. And I was like, what? That's not right. And then I was like, you have kids in your school from other countries. He goes, well, I've met kids who are from other countries and live here. But that was like the first person he's like legitimately met that lives in another country, like actively lives.
Gotcha. And traveled out here.
Yeah, to mix that culture and like get that experience. I was like, wow, yay, disc golf. There you go. That made the trip worthwhile.
Absolutely.
You found out what Norwegian disc golf is like versus.
Yeah. That kind of brings up some recent news, actually, with the 2025 Worlds being held in Nokia, right?
Yes. That's pretty wild.
That's pretty sick. A weird amount of backlash on Twitter about it being held because, like, apparently World equals America, and
right. Yeah.
But I think it's the first time like Worlds actually kind of feels like a world championship, right? Because it's not here. It's in Europe. It's in
it's a world.
Finland. Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Nokia.
Finland at the Beast, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. It's where they hold the European Open.
Yeah, it's a great course. You can play on Disc Golf Valley, I think. Not to obviously promote anything other than that, but that's the closest most of us are going to get to experiencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of one of those holes.
I am so excited for it because if you've ever watched post-produced coverage, the galleries in Europe are like 5 times the size of ours. And
puts us to shame.
Oh, I'm so amped for Worlds in 2020.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. And like, I can see the kind of backlash in terms of like, disc golfers don't make a ton of money. A lot of the pros aren't going to be able to play at Worlds. But it's, if you're playing well enough to think that you might have a chance at Worlds, you should have made enough in tournament winnings to be over there. Or your sponsor should give a shit enough to pay for your ticket to be over there.
Not just that, but didn't they all just go over there this past summer?
That was kind of the point. Is a lot of players missed the European Open because they just couldn't make it. Yeah, because I get it. The flight over there, lodging, travel, all that stuff costs a lot of money. But if you're a big enough name to feel like you have a shot for the World Championships, your sponsor should be covering most of that, because winning a World Championship is, we have what, six claw discraft stuff because Macbeth won 2 years ago. Like, was that 2 years ago already? Damn.
Yeah, because Corey Ellis won last year.
Yeah. That's pretty.
What?
Yeah.
Corey Ellis did not win the World Championships.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the European Open. Sorry.
No, you're right.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, he also did win the Euro Championship 2 years ago too, because there's that crazy picture of him like holding up the axe and looking all feral and stuff. But yeah, I'm stoked for Worlds to be at Nokia Disc Golf Park with a K, not park, but disc.
Pivot real quick. Are you guys excited or coming to Worlds this year in Lynchburg?
I hit at probably in like November, I made a post on Twitter that I said I was going to go to Worlds if I hit 2,000 followers this year, and I hit it. so I have somewhat of an obligation to go.
Right.
It kind of depends on what it costs, because it's a lot of money to get out there. I'm in Iowa, so it's a day drive.
I am about an hour north of that, maybe an hour and change.
From Lynchburg?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to Worlds?
I more than likely am going to have to make my way down there.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like we're all pretty stoked in that neck of the woods. Like,
oh, I bet. Because
if anything, you're just stoked because, like, oh yeah, I've played that course because it's an hour away. I mean, like, yeah, of course you play.
Yeah. Have you? It's at New London and the other
Ivy Hill disc golf, or Ivy Hill golf course.
Yeah. Have you played New London?
I have.
Is it the hardest thing you've ever experienced?
Maybe.
Oh,
it's
maybe.
Not easy. It's not.
No.
Easy. No, it's not easy by any means. I'm not sure if it's the hardest thing I've ever experienced, but it's not. It's not easy.
Damn.
I think it's going to be harder than the golf course.
Oh yeah, I watched the Bonanza put out a Worlds preview video where he did the like test tournament that they did for it, where you played 2 rounds at New London and 1 round at Ivy.
Okay, I did. Was that the Battle of Bedford?
Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you.
That's also a big deal around here. We haven't done it yet, but that's one of the ones on our list.
Dude, I have East Coast envy. Like, I just want to be out there because some of the coolest people on Twitter are out there, and the rest of them are in Arizona. So,
right. I think that's fair. It's 2/3 of us right here. Not that I have a strong Twitter presence, but
no, you're around though. Like, I see you.
Like at least 15 followers. So,
it's got to be more than that.
I'm not sure. My Twitter's been fun over the years, but the disc golf Twitter is something I kind of just got into in the last year or two. And before that,
it's wild.
Kind of sitting, it was that dead app on my phone for a while.
Yeah.
I actually at one point took away all notifications from it and just had it sitting there because you catch yourself just scrolling and like, the whole world's ending because
all day at work today for no particular reason.
Yep. Twitter tells me that
the old doom scroll
is crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, oh man, I gotta stop looking at this thing.
Oh shit. Speaking of which, I have 16 notifications on Twitter and it's calling my name. I'll refrain. I have a problem, and that's probably why I've had quote unquote success on the platform, is because I'm just like, please give me notification. I need validation. Like,
yeah.
And
I've turned off like all notifications, and that seems to
I do on my phone because sometimes I'll post something and it'll blow up, and I just do not want my phone to be going off like that all damn day. Like I've silenced all my notifications on Twitter for probably a year now.
What was your best Twitter like content? Because I got
best post ever.
Yeah, the most likes I ever got for a post was a sandwich. I literally made a sandwich with a picture of it, and because it was an Alton Brown recipe for corned beef that I use as a Reuben, and I tagged Alton Brown, and he retweeted it, and then suddenly, like all day long, I was getting just blown up. I was like, dude,
heck yeah,
man, Twitter famous now. Look, 70 people like my sandwich. Yeah.
70 people like my sandwich.
That's and then awesome. Looking at the rest of my accounts, like, what is this guy?
I'm so bad about being on my phone, and like, if I hear it go off, like I want to answer it immediately, and there's, it's like mainline straight in, addicted to it. So I have to like leave it upstairs sometimes or in another room because I won't pay attention to shit other than that. And I always feel awful about it.
Shit, I probably shouldn't be DMing you at like 8:30 in the morning, then, huh?
Just get me started early. I'm like,
Oh shit. Yeah, well, I show up to work and like before I do anything, I pull out my phone, check notifications, like because the first hour at work is wasted, right? I'm just sitting on my phone and not doing anything. And boss, if you're listening to this, which you're not, don't fire me. That's what I mean, though. I mean, we were talking about it last episode, where it's like I've had this problem my entire life where I hyper focus on one thing, I obsess over one thing, I bleed it dry, and then I throw it away. And the only thing that I've...
You're ready to refer to your children.
I mean, they're in Oklahoma right now. The only thing that has ever like stuck with me to the point where like the passion has stayed and I haven't gotten bored with it is disc golf. My Shanked DG account started as a Rainbow Six Siege account. It used to be Rabbit R6, which kind of gave me like the format for the account, right? It was Rabbit R6 to Shanked DG. And Spiicii shaking your head. Why, you not a Rainbow Six guy?
You Siege kid. Make that tracks.
Yeah, I was really into Siege for about a year, and then I was like, get out of here. And
so he was shaking his head because he didn't approve. I was shaking my head because I had no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, it's
like, oh yeah, Rainbow Siege. Oh yeah.
It's a tactical shooter game. I was obsessed with it for a long time, and then
just constantly cornering that whole game.
Man, I've talked about Rainbow Six so much the last couple of days. I don't want that itch again. I've never been a more angry person in my life than when I played that game.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Tarkov.
Oh, I'd never even tried it. I've watched people play it, and it just looks like rage-inducing.
It can be so rewarding when you do well at it.
The same with like Rust. But
Carrie's like, Atari.
Like Candy Crush is like sick.
Candy Crush, man. You play Monopoly Go?
I haven't started playing that one yet, but I keep getting ads for it on the other game.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with that one right now. I'm usually not a mobile game guy, but Monopoly Go has gotten me.
Yeah.
But
Retro Bowl is the one that's gotten me.
What was it? Retro Bowl?
Retro Bowl, yeah.
Metro Bowl, gotcha.
Retro, RETRO.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's basically like an old Tecmo Bowl type thing.
Spiicii, if you keep looking at me like that, I'm coming to Arizona.
So
that's with a U.
Just to pull back to disc golf, what you were saying about how like you get hyper focused on something and then you run it to death and you throw it away. That's kind of what disc golf is, because every player that's played disc golf is working on something, right? Like it's everybody you meet, like, oh yeah, I'm really working on, not twitching my hips when I throw a standstill forehand behind my back shot, right? Like everybody's working on that same thing, and you kind of working at one thing forever until you start working on the next thing, and that sort of stuff.
That's a good point. Like maybe that's why this game is so addicting, is because you're never done.
No.
Right? Like with Rainbow Six, like I was like, oh, I hit plat. Like what's my next? Like I could never hit diamond. Like, so I just tossed it because there was no more ceiling to reach. Maybe that's why disc golf is so addicting.
I just hit 800, so I'm done, right? Like,
you just hit what?
I just hit 800 rated. Like
800 rated? Oh, shit. That's right.
I'm done now, right? Like, that's the top, right?
Yeah, that's the ceiling. That's as high as you can
go. Y'all remember Brody Smith's limited edition 800 disc? Keep it out.
That would be sick. Can you have them add an 800 stamp to that?
Oh, that's so funny.
That would be great.
It's so good.
Oh.
I equate so the kind of learning curve that you're talking about is I love documentaries and I love video games, and I watched one, I can't remember the name of it, a few years ago about arcade games. And they were talking about how arcade games were invented and started to become a thing. And they were talking about the perfect arcade game is something like Tetris, where it's easy to pick up, but it's nigh impossible to master. And I think disc golf has that same allure, is like AMs like us can go throw a flex shot, and then we can watch Simon take a tilt and throw a flex with it, and we're impressed because we understand what it takes. Like, we get it, but being able to be that good is very rare. And so I think it's constantly pushes you to be better and better and better.
I still don't get it.
That's a great point.
I was playing a tournament last Saturday, and my MA4 card was right behind an MA1 card. So we get up to the tee, and I'm watching these MA1 guys start to drive, and I was like, I don't get it. Like, you're not bigger than me. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, what is he doing that he's throwing it 150 feet farther than what I'm doing?
Yeah. Well, that's actually a great segue, because there was a segment that we were going to talk about that we didn't get to at the top of the show. I got something for him. I still can't say it.
I got something for him. Just really hammer home at him.
Yeah. Hold on, we need to clean of that too to go with my find my hole or whatever. There we go.
We should do whole commentary rounds as Carl from Sling Blade. Carrie gets that reference out of it.
Oh shit, dude. But yeah, so I think this week I want to hammer home something. We all love Green Splatter, right? Like, they're the best account on Twitter. They're universally loved.
I was a big fan of Blue Splatter and
yeah, I regret starting that. I did the first parody account, and the ones that followed, just like, I did White Splatter because, gross.
Speak for yourself. That shit.
And the ones that fought the color wheel splatters that came after that have been, some of them are good. Like Blue Splatter is one of the best, and the guy who runs that, shout out, you were mentioned on an episode before. I don't know if you watched this, but one of my favorite people on Twitter. But to come back around to the point, I wrote an article for Green Splatter once upon a time, and I wrote about how your disc golf reach back isn't a real thing. And my biggest pet peeve in form, I've become quite a bit of a form nerd, especially right around that first year of playing, like the end of the first year of playing, and very much recently again, now that I've started my form overhaul. But so many tutorials on Twitter tell you to reach back, right? That is the number one. So it's kind of convoluted. So when you post a form video and you're like, hey, please roast me, I need to figure out what's wrong with my form, you'll get 70 comments that just say rounding. Like, you're rounding. That means nothing. Rounding isn't real. It is, but it's not. It's a symptom, not a cause. The cause, almost 99% of the time, the cause is because you're reaching straight back and you're turning your shoulders back and you're essentially starting to walk backwards. And then to pull through, you have to move around your body, which is rounding, right? That's where that comes from, is you're moving around your body. And the term reach back is the worst term I have ever heard, because instead of reaching back, if you just reach straight out in front of you, I'm left-handed. So if you line up your disc with your right nipple, if you're right-handed, line it up with your left nipple, like reach straight out away from you, and then you throw, like bend your elbow and get that whip, it'll fix 99% of rounding issues. And just the term reach back in and of itself is it set so many people, it set me back for a long time, because you're like, oh, I need to reach back. So you're like, the further back I get it, the further it'll go. Right. And then no, you're just walking up backwards at that point. But we'll clean up that segment a little bit, because I felt like I was rambling there in the middle, but,
rounding.
Yeah.
Good for your bank account. Bad for your disc golf.
in 4 installments of $19.99, Shank will fix your form.
That's right. That's all it takes.
Right.
That's all it takes is your credit card information.
Carrie, how was your last round that you played? Can you tell us about it? Because we
The
normally
last
do that,
round?
but we didn't get to. So you take it today.
Okay. So this morning or today during lunch, I went and played at Whitewater University.
Nice.
So yesterday I drove from Virginia to Wisconsin, which
Today you drove
Yes.
from
yesterday.
Damn, that's quite a drive. How long is that?
Took a little 14 minutes. Or 14 hours.
I was at 14. This guy's got the fastest car on the planet.
14 hours. Yeah, excuse me.
Damn, dude.
14 hours and like 10 minutes. So yeah, yesterday was a long day.
That last 10 minutes is the worst part of the drive.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I disagree.
Today, me and my youngest son, he's 13 now, we went and played Whitewater. Mind you, we're traveling, so I brought like 5 discs. But it was a fun little course. We played like the short tees because technically I was working today, so I did kind of take the hourish to play, 18 holes.
On the clock.
Yeah. But it was fun. And it was, of course, nothing major. I think he beat me by 7 strokes.
Oh, it was neck and neck.
It was so neck and neck.
Almost got him. Next time.
Almost there. Almost there.
Sorry. Sponsored drink might be getting to me.
Nice.
It's red shanked.
You're from Iowa. Sorry.
Yep.
I forgot that state.
Hey, we all have to remember it exists sometimes.
Yes.
That's kind of close by, right? Like, is there any place I should go if I have a free minute?
In Iowa?
Iowa, Wisconsin area, like that kind of place?
If you end up deep in the middle of Iowa, check out Wildcat.
Okay.
Wildcat, it's ranked 5th in the state for best course in the United States. It's a sick course. Bring a buddy and probably a satellite phone because there's no service out there and the hills are insane. If you go out there alone and break your leg, rest in peace.
You're done. Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
this
incredible course.
if I could completely hijack your show, I was thinking
Please.
earlier, you're joking about like what are we going to talk to this guy about?
Mhm.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what the fuck am I going to talk about, right? Right?
Hey, welcome to every intro to our show.
There you go. So I got a segment for you.
Okay. I'm in.
What's your favorite hole to play in?
Can't say your name.
Favorite disc
Back
golf
door.
Sorry. Favorite disc golf hole to play.
Oh, disc golf. Shit. Okay.
Oh man, you got me.
He knows what he did. He knows what he did.
My answer would have to be I've only played it twice. I played it from the long and the shorts. Her name is it's at
Stealing my jokes.
Oh man.
I'll fly my ass to rural Iowa and stab you.
I was gonna let my kid
That- ooh.
but I guess
God damn, was that you?
I was gonna let you.
That was audible, bro.
What was?
So, that's somebody ripped a.
Oh, I think you're hearing my
Oh yeah, because
My chair's real squeaky.
You're hearing his second favorite hole.
God damn it.
Oh shit, dude! What a great question. Oh fuck. In all seriousness, hole 8 at Deerwood Disc Golf Course. It's like I could probably walk there in half an hour. It's just recently got redesigned. I've only played it twice. One's from the shorts, one from the longs. But hole 8 Deerwood long pad is an incredible hole. It's like, I think it's 430 feet, slight right-hand bend, but right off the tee, it's like you have to throw 20 feet in the air because you're throwing over a hill. It's par 4, so I did get the birdie, but like that one is going to be a round breaker for a lot of people once that course comes fully into play. So I think it might, if I end up ever doing a YouTube video of like a course preview or just like a full round play of me playing something, it'll probably be that course because it deserves all the love. Shout out Mike. The guy who designed it just did an incredible job. That's my answer, other than my wife.
Sorry, Miss Shanked. We love you. Well, I do. My favorite hole, I would say I really enjoy playing hole 7 at Sunray Park here in Ahwatukee, Arizona. It's just a nice, it's like 250, 260 feet, I think. And it's just a nice lefty hyzer for me that it's going to be my first lefty ace. I can feel it.
Oh, heck yeah.
18 with this hand and 0 with this hand. So my first lefty one's going to
you got to get one.
I'm working on it. She's made me sad. It's reminding me how I don't have one. Yeah.
I'm sorry you only have, was it 18 right-hand aces?
18 right-handed aces.
I'm sorry you have 0 left.
It's awful. I hate it. If it's not hole 7 at Sunray, it's hole 5 short at Los Olivos because I've aced it, I think, 6 times. That was my first ace, the story I told a couple weeks ago, and then it's been 5 more since then.
The absolute shank into the basket.
Yeah, the first ace score. Magic. Oh my gosh.
Someone caught it and threw it into the basket.
I think JB, the kid I was talking about earlier, he's older than me, but whatever. He doesn't like it when I call him that, and I feel bad. So JB, again, if you're listening, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's just how I refer to people. Anyway, he had an ace at Vista del Camino one time. So normal Vista hole 11 is across the water and like through some trees, and he threw a judge. We heard no chains, we heard no metal, nothing. And we get up and we're looking for his disc, and we're like, it's in a basket.
Nice.
And we were like, how the hell did that happen? He's like, I guess I made it. So we counted as an ace for him, even though no one saw it. Heard it. Well, we didn't see anybody over there either. So
I think a little gremlin came and like just picked it up.
Yeah, horse gremlin. Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out, Kerry. We had a good time, man. And are you excited to get that zone?
I am pretty excited about it.
Heck yeah. If Brian hasn't reached out to you already, he should soon.
I was telling my youngest son, Quinn, by the way, I should say his name. He's a real person.
Shout out Quinn.
Quinn and Brady are my 2 boys.
Not Brady, though.
Not Tom Brady, though. It's actually Brady. If you go from oldest to youngest, it's Brady and Quinn, which you probably don't remember his name. But
I remember him. Browns quarterback, right?
Yeah, I think so. And
oh, dang. Nice.
Well done. But yeah, I told my wife we couldn't name him Quinn because of Brady Quinn. And she's like, nobody's heard of him. It's like, well,
I've heard of him. Now what? Instantly proven wrong. I'm not even a football person.
But yeah, I was telling Quinn, I was like, dude, you should have been listening to the podcast. I won this disc. He's like, what'd you win? I told him it was like a fork-off zone. He's like, dibs. I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
No.
Inner shit.
I was like,
Speaking of giveaways,
oh, that's right.
We have an announcement for our second giveaway winner, which is the signed Haley King Tour Series Stalker.
And it's Carrie again.
Dibs.
Carrie's winning all this.
I call it dibs.
Dibs. So this is actually at Cap'n Scarleg, I think, if I'm saying it right.
Seems right.
We chose your lasagna answer. You said it's one lasagna. You can do deep lasagna, shallow lasagna, and I don't feel like figuring out what multiple lasagnas sound like. So we like that.
It's lasagna.
It's lasagna. I will reach out to you on YouTube to get your information to get this sent off. And I have to send out another disc to our special movie star mystery guest that we haven't announced yet as well.
Yeah. Carrie, you'll be the first one to hear that other than us. We got a secret super movie star guy coming on the show.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, damn, how'd you guess? That's crazy.
I'm super good.
God damn.
He's a big time disc golfer.
I love disc golf. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Psychology.
Yeah. Listen, we're going clear. No, we're going golfing.
We're going clear. Wow. Applaud you for that one.
Sorry, I have a lot of useless knowledge in my brain. So Captain Scarlet will reach out. Carrie, thanks again for hanging out, man. We had a blast with you.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I've been wanting to say this all podcast. I love that light fixture.
Oh yeah, that's great. So I'm
Whatever. I don't give a shit.
So I'm actually at my in-laws' house.
Okay, well, tell your in-laws they have a great light fixture.
I tell them. And one last funny thing, I was downstairs where we had this wicked game of Uno going on. We literally ran out of cards. That's how wicked this game of Uno was. But I was like, all right, I got to go. I got this thing. And then, you have each adult says, oh, what do you have? I said, oh, I'm doing this podcast upstairs. Like, oh, you're going to be on a podcast? And come on a podcast. Like, oh, that's great. And then you start walking. Someone's like, wait, where's he going? He's like, on the podcast. Oh, so everybody's downstairs very excited to know that there's this podcast going on.
They've all got their ear pressed to the door.
Yeah, exactly.
This whole time.
All of them were like, for what? It's like, for disc golf. They're like, yeah, podcast for disc golf? Like, yeah. Talk about anything.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Hanging Loose Podcast, the podcast for your in-laws.
yes. They were very
The
excited.
podcast that will get your in-laws excited.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not about disc golf, but definitely excited.
That is a good fixture. I did double check, make sure it wasn't too broke.
Oh,
We appreciate it.
yeah, we appreciate your time, man. It was a great time.
Thank you guys. I enjoyed it as well. Hopefully
Absolutely.
I don't kill your. This is episode number 5.
Yep.
We made it.
We made it, Papa. Daddy, we made it.
5 was a good run. Sorry I killed you. That was
Oh, that's okay. We only needed to make it to 5.
Yeah, now we got the discount code. We can ignore everybody else.
Yeah. We'll never post again.
We'll have, next week will be official, and we'll have ad reads for hymns and stop the mattresses.
Yep.
All right, bud.
Oh, it's so good. Take it easy, man. I
Love
kicked him way
to
too
see it.
early. Whoops. He's still
Bye,
down there.
Carrie, love you.
Get out of here, Carrie. Bye. Leave. Get out of here. Love you, buddy. Oh, what a great guy. That was fun.
Yeah, he's super nice. It's so funny that you brought up the light fixture because the moment he came on, I was like, oh, I like those lights. I didn't say anything about it. So I was like, people are going to think I'm weird as shit.
Oh, fuck it. Producer RV3 is going to be so mad at me. You killed the vibe again this week. Bro, get over it.
No. Yeah, well, he can be mad. I'm sure he's going to be mad at my shitty audio until I get a decent microphone.
Yeah.
Might invest in a new camera, too, because this one looks like it's got some weird lighting. I'm so white, I'm throwing off the white balance of my webcam.
Yeah, I've got some cheapy. What brand are you? Oh, it's a Microsoft. So, whatever. But I stole it from my last job before they fired me. No, the business went under, so he was like, "Take everything and run."
Oh, well, that's cool of him at least. So
So-
give me back everything and run.
Yeah, no, I left with this monitor and camera,
I have
mostly because
a
it was already
monitor-
here.
I have a monitor I'm on 2 different monitors from 2 different jobs. they let me take home, and then they just never asked for it back. So
Yeah,
contact me. Happy to bring it back if you want, but you haven't asked for it yet. So I'm just riding that way.
right. Yep. So yeah, I immediately called out RV3 and then sniffed a bunch of times. So
We'll love that for him.
shout out, producer.
Yes, doing us a lot of favors. We love you for
Yeah,
everything
he's
you do.
really cool.
I love how you find new ways to tell me my audio sounds like shit every week. Keep it up. Like
We will eventually
I'm
get.
not aware I'm on these $10 buds my day job gave me that I sound like trash. I'm working on it, I promise. No giveaway this week, or do we want to do a giveaway this week?
Oh shoot! I don't know if we have one. You know what?
I have the OTV box at home.
Yeah, but we don't know what's in there yet. Well, you might know what's in there, but
I don't. I'm gonna go find out later today.
well, there we go. He doesn't know what's in there, so we can't give it away. But I got a really pretty blue Grace I can give away.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much unthrown, unmarked. Thrown it a few times, but I'm going full MVP, so I don't need it anymore. So one of you motherfuckers can have it.
So I was waiting for Nico to putt. What were we doing?
Oh, that was good. Oh, that was some. I wonder if he'll leave that dead air in there.
I hope he does, because that's how the whole joke works, producer.
If you want to get in for the blue grace, it's like a baby blue. It's real pretty. If you want to get in for that, go down in the comments and tell RB3 that you love him and that he's the best person you've ever met and that you want him to be your dad.
Yes. Those are
that's what you have to do.
And then we'll pick a comment next week and choose a winner for the pretty blue grace.
Yep, the pretty blue grace. And keep your eye out on Twitter if you follow us there. If you're watching this and you don't follow us on Twitter, I don't know how you got here, and I can give you a map to get home if you want. But
I don't. What's Heiser?
Yeah,
let's get you back to bed, Grandma.
Yeah, I'm 5 episodes deep. I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh man.
Oh,
all right,
shit.
bud.
Yeah, it's been great. As always, hang loose, and we're gonna have cut Spiicii scream off mid for the ending. Scream.
Thanks for listening to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast. We'll be back again next week. Until then, hang loose.